So after dropping bunker busters on Iran, President Trump has declared war on Thomas Massie, representative from Kentucky. I'm going to share with you what he says his plan is to do with him. I mean, he goes pretty hardcore on him. And then I'm going to go through Thomas Massie's voting record, specifically all of his voting records, and it's not very long at all, but I'm going to break it down in easy, simple to understand terms, as I always do. Your boy Nez always has you covered. Make sure you sit back, relax, grab your favorite snack and your favorite beverage. We're going to go to the outline in just a second and cover Massie's voting record and the justifications behind it. I think a lot of you are going to be surprised. And if you want a copy of my research notes, which I always give them away for free, stick around to the end. I'll tell you exactly how you can get them. Okay, so President Trump made this announcement saying Congressman Thomas Massie of Kentucky is not MAGA, even though he likes to say he is. Actually, MAGA doesn't want him, doesn't know him, and doesn't respect him. He is a negative force who almost always votes no matter how good something may be. He's a simple-minded grandstander who thinks it's good politics for Iran to have the highest level nuclear weapon while at the same time yelling death to America at every chance they get. So Massie was a staunch contrarian and dissident when it came to President Trump talking about Iran, even though he gave them, 1,000,006 chances to make a deal. I talked at length in our live stream yesterday. If you missed that, you got to go check that out. I talked in depth after President Trump made the announcement with J.D. Vance, Secretary Rubio, and Secretary Hegseth about what they did, the successful attack of the nuclear sites. And so Massie, he went on Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson's another one who's been a strong advocate, even though President Trump said he called, Tucker Carlson called President Trump and apologized to him. And so that's really interesting. But let me continue this. Iran has killed and maimed thousands of Americans and even took over the American embassy in Tehran under the Carter administration. Jimmy Carter is the second worst president in American history behind, you know him, I know him. We all had to fall prey to him. Vegetable in chief, Tombstone Biden. We had a spectacular military success yesterday, taking the bomb right out of their hands, and they would use it if they could. But as usual, and despite all of the praise and accolades we received, this lightweight congressman, you can never blame Trump for not speaking his mind, is against what was so brilliantly achieved last night in Iran. Massie is weak, ineffective. I told you he goes hard. It gets worse, watch. And votes no on virtually everything put before him. Rand Paul Jr., no matter how good something may be, he is that was a little dig at Rand Paul, is disrespectful to our great military and all that they stand for, not even acknowledging their brilliance and bravery in yesterday's attack, which was a total and complete win. By the way, as a bonus, at the very end, I'm going to share with you exclusive footage of the B-2 bombers coming back home under stealth, invisible, undetected until they reached American soil. It's beautiful footage. You're going to love that. Massie should drop his faked act and start putting America first. But he doesn't know how to get there. He doesn't have a clue. He'll undoubtedly vote against the great big beautiful bill, even though non-passage means a 68% tax increase for everybody and many things far worse than that. MAGA should drop this pathetic loser. I told you, man, Tom Massie like the plague. The good news is, here it is right here, folks. We will have a wonderful American patriot running against him in the Republican primary. And I'll be out in Kentucky campaigning really hard. MAGA is not about lazy, grandstanding, non-productive politicians, of which Thomas Massie is definitely one. Thank you to our incredible military for the amazing job they did last night. It was really special. Make America great again. Wow. So he is threatening to unseat Representative Thomas Massie, who has been a part of this congressional, he's been a representative for a very, very long time. To my count, over 15, 14 years at the very least, could be longer. I can't remember when he first got elected to the Senate, to the House. But this is President Trump saying he's going to really go out and campaign, he says, really hard. He's threatening to primary Thomas Massie. I can't wait. What do you guys think? Is President Trump going too far, or is he right? Let's do a free poll right now. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Trump is right, or do you think he's going too far and you like Massie? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe this could help your vote as well. I'm going to share with you in my notes here. I'm going to share with you my research that I've done on Thomas Massie's voting record, only specifically during the Trump administration. Research suggests Massie's notable votes during Trump administration show independence. Here's just some key points. Opposing party lines. It seems likely he frequently voted against Trump-backed bills, especially on spending and leadership. These are facts. This is research. So this is not guessing. This is not taking sides, even though I trust my president. I voted for him thrice. That's 3 times because I love him. I believe in him, and he's kept all his campaign promises. It seems likely the evidence leans toward controversy, with some votes drawing Trump's criticism, like opposing key funding bills. So let's take a look at this, shall we? So votes during Trump's first administration. Here's just a simplified list. 2017, voted against Paul Ryan for Speaker, favoring Dan Webster. I don't really hold that against him too much, but he was in the minority. 2019, he opposed Trump's national emergency declaration for the border walls, citing constitutional concerns. That's a bit odd to me. And we've seen the border disaster in full-fledged color over the last 4 abysmal dark years. That's a big one right there. 2021 voted against Trump's second impeachment after January 6. 2021 voted against creating a January 6 commission to investigate the Capitol attack. Votes during Trump's second administration, 2025 to present. For Trump's current term, starting in 2025, here are some notable votes. January 25th, he voted against Mike Johnson for Speaker, supporting Tom Emmer instead. Now, I'm not a fan of Mike Johnson. I don't really think he's done a terrible job. President Trump thinks he's doing an incredible job. I trust my president. That's why I elected him as my representative, and he represents the will of the people, winning the popular vote, winning all swing states, winning in a resounding fashion. So I trust him, but I'm not particularly a fan of Mike Johnson. But again, that is going against the majority, going against Trump. March 2025 voted against the continuing resolution for government funding, opposing temporary spending measures. Again, is that a sign of autonomy, critical thinking, or is that just a sign of I'll get more attention for myself? We'll see. I mean, going on Tucker Carlson is interesting too. I highly recommend you go check out that interview. After you watch this, of course, May 22nd, 2025, he voted against Trump's big, beautiful bill, a tax and spending package, and he was citing fiscal concerns. So this is kind of, I just want to give a little bit of note on what's going on here a little more contextually. Massie, his voting record during Trump's first and his ongoing, the analysis focuses on these key votes, highlighting kind of Massie's libertarian-leaning, fiscally conservative stance. Again, just a little background on Massie. He represents Kentucky's 4th congressional district since 2012. He's known for his independent voting record, earning him the nickname Mr. No for frequently opposing bills. His libertarian principles often lead him to vote against party lines, particularly on spending, executive overreach, and leadership elections. During Trump's administrations, Massie's votes have been both aligned with and opposed to Trump's agenda. Again, you have a kind of breakdown in my research notes of everything that we just talked about here with a little bit more context. And so I go through everything that he voted against. And so the big, beautiful bill, let's go through the last couple. The continuing resolution, he said he didn't want to fund the government. He opposed temporary spending measures. He drew Trump's criticism with the president calling for his ouster. Massie argued that CRs delay fiscal responsibility, aligning with his fiscal hawk stance. I don't have any problem with fiscal responsibility, but again, politics is not linear. Politics is not A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Politics is 3 plus 3 equals 9. There is so much nuance. There's so much navigation. There's so much red tape, bureaucratic, nightmarish scenarios that one must tread and circumvent, that it's sometimes, I don't think it's overstating to say that compromising, cooperation, capitulation is an art form in politics in order to get what the American people want. Massie was one of the 2 Republicans, along with Warren Davidson, to vote against the big, beautiful bill. He cited here, he criticized he said it was a debt bomb. He said it would add 20 to 30 trillion in federal debt, criticizing its rushed passage. But here's the real crux here. Massie's voting record, you see the highlighted area on the screen, during Trump's administration reveals a consistent pattern of prioritizing constitutional limits and fiscal responsibility over party loyalty. I don't have any problem with that. The only problem is that he's sort of becoming a blockade like the Democrats. And we voted for Trump. We voted for Trump's agenda. He has kept every single promise that he has made. This is what the people want. And during the first term, he voted with Trump's preferred outcome only 43% of the time. He was the lowest ranking Republican with just a few others to mention. In the second term, he's voted against big Trump-backed bills like the CR and the big, beautiful bill, which has reignited tensions. And this is why he's drawn so much criticism from conservatives, and this is why he has drawn so much criticism from President Trump. Here's just kind of a table here to summarize. So his first term, there was a party loyalty, 83%. Second term is obviously not fully available. 43% vote with Trump's positions. It's estimated in his second term to be a lot lower. He missed votes 2.9% of the time, and that has remained consistent from the first term to second term of Trump's administration. Notable oppositions, emergency declaration, impeachment. In the first term, very strange about the emergency declaration. Second term, CR, speaker vote, and the big, beautiful bill. Those are big ones. I mean, those are hefty, hefty ones. So in conclusion, his voting record underscores his independence with notable votes against leadership, emergency declarations, and spending bills. His actions, while consistent with libertarian principles, have sparked controversy, drawing Trump's criticism. And you saw in his post there, in his announcement, potential primary challenges. As of June 22nd, today, his second term votes continue this trend with significant opposition to Trump-backed legislation. So here's my take on this. Again, I didn't vote for Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie has been there for 15 years. He's been there through a portion of Obama's, well, actually, through Obama's second term. He's been there through the swamp vermin. So a lot of the 12 of the last 16 years, he's been there. And what have we got? Well, the American people have spoken. On November 5th, 2024, the American people are spoken. Why would you oppose a declaration of emergency on the border bill? It's one thing to be a contrarian. It's quite another thing to be a thorn in your side and a grandstander. A part of me leans, as I always do, because I trust my president, especially with this attack on Iran. I thought it was done beautifully. I thought it was executed to perfection. I love our brave military. I think it was something that he had to do. He gave every opportunity imaginable to this zealot, despotic, tyrannical regime. The Iranian people and the American people are one and the same. They're sick and tired of living in the Stone Age. They want the Iran that was there before the Islamic Revolution in 1979, which was prosperous, cooperative, engaging, productive, modernized, westernized, great relationships with the West, including America, the United States. We had the greatest relationship with the United States prior to the Islamic Revolution. Jimmy Carter blew it big time. Obama blew it in 2008 with the Green Revolution. So I trust President Trump. I think he did the right thing. There weren't boots on the ground. You have these ridiculous hypocrites like AOC, Swallowswell, Schumer, all the regular usual suspects who are now saying, oh, he should be impeached. He should be impeached. Wait a minute. How come you didn't declare impeachment on Biden and Kamala when they agreed to supply a proxy war, essentially, a pussification war, if you will, by supplying Ukraine with American intelligence advisors, weaponry, modernization, training, et cetera, against Russia, which is essentially ongoing, even though the Trump administration has now halted a lot of the support that Biden and Kamala did. Where were the calls of impeachment then? He didn't seek out congressional approval. Was it just because that was your guy? You got Crockett crying out, you see, this administration is not believing in the Constitution, overturning and surpassing the Constitution. Where were these outcries when Biden and Kamala helped Zelensky engage in a proxy war with Russia? They're nowhere to be found. So I'm with President Trump. I've been with President Trump from the beginning. And I'm not just somebody who blindly believes him. When during Signalgate a few months ago, I said he needed to fire somebody, he fired Mike Waltz. He did the right thing. I thought that was a blunder, a huge blunder. And we didn't want to be like the previous administration, which just let everything slide. Biden didn't fire anybody. And the guy should have fired like 100 people a day, how bad that administration was. So Trump did the right thing. He fired Mike Waltz. Or let's just say he engaged in managerial relocation, if you will. And so he did the right thing. I supported that 100%. I'm not just a blind Trump supporter, even though I love him and I voted for him 3 times and he's kept every single promise. But I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Before you go, I got this bonus. Check out this video footage of the B-2 bombers flying in after their successful mission. This is a beautiful, beautiful video, undetected, invisible. And then stick around, I'll tell you how you can get my research notes. Watch this first. Absolutely remarkable, beautiful. Thank you. God bless our beautiful, fantastic, brave, honorable, dignified military, the brave men and women of our U.S. Armed Forces. Thank you for everything that you guys do. We love you and we support you. Thank you, Mr. President. God bless you. God bless America. If you want a copy of the research notes that we covered today, the link to do that, it's free, by the way, is in the pinned comment and in the description. Just click that link and you can download it for free. As always, please make sure you tap that thumbs up if you love America. It doesn't cost you a thing. You can even do it with your remote control if you're watching this on TV. Make sure you check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.